Alright, it's about mid-September, approaching fall. This is my food forest over there. Here's swales I said I was going to dig. I still haven't dug them. You can see a bunch of runners right here coming up from that big tree right there. So those will make some nice mulch to do some chop and drop, help create soil in the area. I don't think I put these on the first video, but I have blackberries right here I got from my great-grandma's place. Been here for several years. Didn't do much, haven't really been watered, but dug a ditch right here this spring so they get watered. Runs all along here up over toward the end of that pipe right there. From the water pump, it leaks. It's for water in the fields. Has a small leak and just kind of drips, so I just channeled this water over here to use it. These are Osage orange trees I got in the spring. They really didn't grow much, but they're there. Had 10 of them, 9 of them actually lived, so let's see what they do. See all these runners, flags for where I was gonna put the swale. I kind of modify that a little bit. Over here where I was thinking I wanted to dig this frog toad pond, I'm not sure if it's a good idea. I see runners coming up all the way over here. They're coming all the way to this fence, so probably wouldn't hold water. Not sure, I haven't really searched a lot on that, but yeah. Here's the uppermost swale. You can see this is the end of it. Full of clover right here. It's just got filled with clover. That was pretty nice. Oh, looks like there's a gopher doing some digging right here. The dog's been trying to get it, but hasn't yet. This is a air layer I did. I think it's a pear. That one actually had roots. This one is a plum, and it just scabbed over. So I don't know if it'll do anything. I just put it in the ground anyway. This is from the mountains, another air layer. I think that's a currant. I thought they were gooseberries, but I think they're currants. Autumn olive, comfrey. I thought I had comfrey earlier this year. I was digging up and moving around, but I didn't. It was something else. So I purchased some comfrey roots. Cherry tree right there doing pretty good. Another autumn olive right there. Another air layer, probably another pear. Rooted, it's looking pretty good. It'll probably make it. Blueberries right here. Got some nice pine mulch down around them. Around these two anyway. Need to get some more to kind of keep filling in the area. A couple more blueberries right here, right there. And I'll put arnica right around this area. They supposedly like acidic soil too. Burdock, this is already in the area, but I think, well, this is one that I think is from the area. I did plant some seed, but yeah, this is in the area. This is a goji berry plant. This spring, after it had grown, it was all nice and green. I hacked it way back. There was multiple trunks coming up, so I hacked it to a single trunk and then tried to trim it in a certain way so it would grow a certain way. I don't know what I'm doing, but it really came back. It's pretty neat. I think this is mallow, marshmallow. This is in the area already. This is just kind of all over the place. This right here was full of lamb's quarter, and I just let it grow all summer. I didn't get a scythe until a couple weeks ago, and then scythed it about a week or so ago. So it might have gone to seed, I don't know. We'll find out next year. You see there, some of it's laid over right there into this swale. This is the end of this second swale. There's comfrey right there. Siberian pea shrub right there. And I don't know if it's going dormant. It didn't really do much. Didn't do a lot of watering in the garden this year, which I think kept a lot of stuff from doing really well. That's mulberry, Oscar mulberry. And So this is a rose right here. This was lost in the thicket of all the plants. I saw it on my first video and then realized it was out here, so I found it with the map, came out and covered it. Ashwagandha right there. Got more. That one doesn't look so well. But, yeah, most of the seeds I planted didn't come up, but what did come up are lettuces. A lot of lettuce, but there were a ton of lettuce seeds and cabbage. Another comfrey plant right there. Apple, that's red-billed hibiscus. Honeyberry right here. And there were plants right here. So that was nice and shaded all summer, but it looks like it's getting sunburned again. Another honeyberry plant right there. Not really much on it. I think there's one branch that's still alive. It'll probably come back. The end of the swell right here, and there's a apple right here on the end of the swell. I think what I'm going to do is extend this swell. I'm pretty sure I will. Follow those flags right there. Maybe over towards those trees somewhere. These are black locust trees. They've been here. Hey, don't dig in that. This is where I had a Three Sisters garden. It didn't do a lot. I don't think I watered it enough. Well, I'm sure I didn't. So once I started watering, stuff grew. You can see some of the squash stuff. I ran a scythe through here. There was more, but yeah, none of it really fruited. Plus the grass kind of encroached on it. I didn't really manage it. And kiwi berry, it started to wilt. Wasn't getting watered, so I put mulch around it, began watering it, and it came back. I think it'll be okay. This is the next swell down, running right there. Kind of hard to tell where it is with all that greenery in there. Another comfrey plant in there. It was drying up, mulched it, watered it. It's coming back. Honeyberry. Another comfrey plant marked by that flag. There's also some onions down here. They didn't do a whole lot. Another cherry tree right there. Come on. Serviceberry right here. This was another one lost to the thicket. Saw it in the first video. Found it on the map, uncovered it. Another, I'm not sure what's right in here. Probably ashwagandha. Probably another ashwagandha marked by that flag. Rose. This rose really did nice. It's grown quite a bit, and there's a couple rose hips on it. I think this is catmint. I don't know what it is for sure. The birds drop it. It's all over up in the mountains. And here's more burdock. This one's actually in flower. This might be one from seed, I don't know. But it's got purple flowers. Not sure what the stuff in the area has. But yeah. Flags are probably, yeah, that's ashwagandha. You can see one right there. Don't know what they look like. First year growing them. Comfrey. One of the jujubes, the graft on it didn't take, but the rootstock is doing well, so yeah, we'll see what that does in the coming years. There's some yarrow right there, looks like. Those leaves. That's probably one from seeds, basil. That is a pea shrub, Siberian pea shrub, and all the leaves are going yellow. Didn't do real well. I should have mulched it really good, but I didn't. I would have done better if I did. Mulched and watered it. Another serviceberry right here. Another comfrey plant. Put a bunch of mulch around it. Here's a yarrow plant. This one I started indoors and brought out. It's doing pretty good. Another gooseberry right here. And the burdock. There's some cucumbers. I'll leave those out here, see if they'll come back. The watermelons that I put out, there was one right here and here. They didn't do anything, I just didn't water them enough, so they didn't grow. Clover. I got clover to take on this swell down here. This ground was really hard, and I just threw a ton of clover seed down, and it finally took, and stuff started growing in it. So we'll start putting that into some, or turning that into some nice soil. There's a gummy berry, another comfrey plant, another rose, another comfrey plant by that flag, another gooseberry. And this is something that I assume is from seed. I haven't seen it in the area before, so I'm pretty sure it's from seed. I don't know what it is. I'll have to go through all my seed packs, see if I can figure it out. Unless someone wants to tell me what it is and shorten that process. Burdock plant. There's a currant. Gonna go a little quick, I think my battery's going down. Another currant from the mountains, air layer. Rose right here, looks like my dog was digging through there. Serviceberry was lost in the thicket of things. Has no green on it, see if it'll come back next year. Another comfrey plant. Mulberry, Illinois everbearing. Asparagus. Serviceberry was lost in the thicket. Found it with the map in the video. Fig, it's alive, but not looking too well, but it's going. Another comfrey plant, another currant, really doing much. Another rose, not doing much. Another jujube, that one's alive. Got some green leaves on it. Comfrey plant, this one's growing the best out of all of them that I've put in. Another currant right there. Another gooseberry right there. Another honeyberry right here. Another honeyberry. And this hugel mound right here was just covered in kochia. Kochia, I don't know how to pronounce it, but it I just hacked it down about a week ago and put a pound of white Dutch clover all over. Need to rake off a lot of these this stuff so the clover can come up through it, or come up. That's a air layer that scabbed over. Put it in the ground anyway. Some tomatillos. Haven't really had many ripe tomatillos. A few, but yeah. Pawpaws I put over here. Didn't take. I think they sunburned. Need to put them in a shadier spot. The kochia kind of shaded them eventually, but this one right here kind of lasted through the summer quite a ways, but now there's no more leaves on it. I don't know if it'll come back. Go over here, Jerusalem artichokes. These doing pretty good. Probably could have planted them out a bit earlier. Wasn't quite prepared, but yeah. That one right there is probably 6.5, almost 7 feet or so. Yeah, I'm just leave this patch here and let them get thicker. Tomatillo, this is a purple tomatillo. We've had a frost, that's why they look all. There's an asparagus plant. This one's had a few. Oh, I see one on the ground right there. Micro swell I had right here. This had a bunch of clover in it, but now it's all grass. More of the catmint. Birds dropped off. Backside of the swell, not much going on. It was a goji berry there. I think the mice got it. Comfrey plant, onions. That right there is a mallow leaf trying to come up through all that mulch. Getting big. Cherry tree and calendula. I think this is calendula. Got another plant that I thought was calendula, but it's not. All the flowers have closed up for the evening. It started thundering, but there's the leaf on them. Don't know what it is. Got to figure that one out. See if I can figure out what it is. Over here to the wood chip pile. Peppermint. I like this peppermint. It kind of stays in a clump. It was all tall and then got heavy and it's all sprawled out now. Purple flowers on it. Onions under this apple tree, and this mallow was thick in here. It was growing all over here, and I cut it back, give more room to this strawberry patch right there. These are thimbleberries, I assume they are. They're from the mountains, so got a couple rhizomes in there too, so hopefully they'll do well. Just keep them watered. This was holy basil, and the first frost we had, they just went brown. But there's one green one in there, and I'm thinking I ought to collect seed from it, because it'd probably do better in our area. I don't know. Here's an elderberry from up in the mountains. Supposedly those are pretty easy to propagate, just keep them wet. Raspberries did pretty good with the wood chip, the thick mulch, keeping it watered. Rosemary, there's the rosemary. Sweet mint right here, this stuff just takes off, goes like crazy. Got a few bees in it. There's a the apple tree. Dill. Yeah, the sweet mint does not stay in a clump. It just goes everywhere. See, there's some there, some there. Have potatoes right here that I'm pretty much walking on. You can't see the plants, but they're under there. More catmint right here. A couple plants right here. They got nice and big. Rhubarb plant right there. I don't know what's happening there. Had another rhubarb plant, but I don't think it took. It was over here somewhere, and I don't see it. Another currant right here. This one did pretty good. It was over here by this tomatoes. I haven't caged these tomatoes, so I didn't really get any ripe tomatoes, but they sprawl out, and I think you could use them to choke stuff out. You go about 4 to 5 feet. Another tomato, and under it you can see a rosemary doing pretty good, actually. I was surprised to see it under there. Apple tree. Some onions. I think that's an onion that was just cut up in the fridge, and I just stuck it out here. Peppermint right here, hiding by all that mallow. That's from that peppermint plant down there. There, wilted tomato. This is stevia. I thought it was pretty frost sensitive, but I guess it's not. But it's still there. Another one of the mountain currants, air layered. Raspberries. Here's another elderberry right there from the mountain. And these are radish of some sort. I don't know if that's a seed I put down this year, or if that's just coming back from seed that I've had from past years when I had a square foot garden out here with a box and whatnot, and it just seeded and kept going. Not sure, but it is a radish of some sort. And the grapes, after the first frost we had, they all went brown. All 3 of them went completely brown. And here's another air layer I did that had some nice roots on it. Leaves wilted on it real hard. So we'll see if it comes back next year. And this plant, I don't know what this plant is. It's got these, I pulled it up, these seed pods on here. Look, I don't know if those are gonna come out or not, but they were all nice and green, of course. And they taste kind of tarish, I guess I'd say. You can see it all just taken off in here. I have no idea what it is. I thought it was a radish of some sort, but I don't know what it is. And that's kind of it for right now. Got a good order of fall bushes and a couple trees that are gonna be coming. Put those in, and yeah, still need a lot of nitrogen fixtures, so get those in to really accelerate the growth of everything. But all in all, it's doing pretty good, I think. That's kind of it right now, and maybe I'll get an update after I plant everything else. We'll see.